Good morning. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Grow Your Career and Build Your Team with Unityconnect. My name is Alicea, and I'm Lead Evangelism Coordinator for the Americas at Unity. And I'm joined by Corin and Ryda, Unity's Diversity and Talent Recruiter. We're so excited to talk to you today about Unityconnect and growing your teams. But before I begin, I want to ask you all one thing. What is something that all creations have in common? It's an idea, but not just any idea that inspires us, the ultimate idea to create the next killer app, VR game, or project. And if it's one thing we're absolutely sure of about our ideas, is that they're going to be awesome. When inspiration hits, you just want to get started. Some of you might grab your friends and work together on your goals, or some of you might do some research and go step by step, do that solo indie route. Now, these are both wonderful paths to success. But inevitably, as creators, we come across a problem that we often experience. We hit a wall or we get art block. And it sucks because here you are with this incredible idea and you can't move forward because you're stuck on a certain aspect of your project. Now, this is something that we've heard from happening with our community all over the world. And all of us creators at Unity have experienced the same exact thing. So we decided to do something about this. And that's why we created Unityconnect. Unityconnect is the first professional network and community hub for Unity creators across the development spectrum. Now, I really mean everybody, from programmers, artists, designers, audio engineers, writers, you name it, in all sorts of industries. This is a place for Unity creators to come together to share their work and shine. Now, for example, let's say you're an artist and you're seeking a programmer to fix your darn script. This is something that you can do now in Unityconnect with something called tasks. Small micro jobs, short-term, clearly defined projects that you can post, and people can respond to these task posts to help you get the support you need to keep moving forward with your project. Now, let's say you're a programmer, and you're seeking a concept artist to bring your characters to life. Or you're a studio, and you're seeking a VR guru to build a VR interface for your next hit app. Regardless of what you're working on, you can post tasks on Unityconnect to help you get the support that you need. Now, in addition to getting support on your work, you can also build your community and find your peers in the industry by using something new to Unityconnect: discussion channels and groups. Groups are really exciting because they're a great way to get connected with your peers on topics that you are most passionate about. Let's say you use Blender. You can join the Blender for Unity group. Or you're an animator, and you can join Unity for Animation. And if there's not a group for you already, you can create one yourself and invite others to join. And to complement groups, we have discussion channels. These are live chat areas where you can speak with fellow creators on topics that interest you most. You can be a programmer, and you might want to enter in a general programming question. You can hop onto the programming discussion channel and ask away. Or if you're curious about machine learning and you want to talk about it more with fellow passionate machine learning folks, you can join the machine learning discussion channel. Now, in addition to growing your skills and community online with Connect, one thing that we want to help you do is not only meet each other online, but also offline and in person. We're really excited to share that we have events now on Unityconnect. Now, it's really cool because you can search for events local to your area or online events that everybody can join. You can go on Unityconnect and you could type in your city and you could see local events happening near you. Now, let's say you're in Brighton and you want to see what's going on in your neighborhood. You can put in Brighton on Connect and you see that Unity Developer Day Brighton is happening July 8th. Now, let's say you put something in and there's not an event happening in your city. You can join one of our many online events and connect with Unity staff and fellow creators live together in one room. These webinars are fantastic because they show the latest Unity features and sneak peeks to all of you. Now, you can also build your reputation with Unityconnect. And people see tasks sometimes and think, you know, tasks are really cool, but I don't need help right now. Or maybe I don't have time to help others at this moment. But you can still take huge advantage of Unityconnect by using our free online portfolio tools and showcasing your experience and showcasing your work to the community. Here's what a typical Unityconnect profile looks like. And it's really cool because you can show your experience, you can list your skills, and more. Now, speaking from experience as a game developer myself, I've often found that I have all my game development work spread across a couple of different websites. I have my job experience and my skills on a list on LinkedIn. I have videos and screenshot updates for my game happening on its Facebook page. And I'm talking with fellow creators on Twitter. Unityconnect is really exciting because it's a place where all of this can come together. I can create not only a beautiful profile page for myself, but a really awesome page for my game where I could put screenshots, GIFs, videos, text, and more. I can use this to then connect with other creators. We can comment on each other's work. We can give each other advice. We could share it with other creators. And the best part is this is all absolutely free and available to everybody. Now, another cool way to flex your skills on Unityconnect is joining our brand new challenges. So our challenges are really exciting contests that we have on Unityconnect that average about 1 month long. And there are ways that you can build your experience, get some portfolio pieces into your work, and take part in a really cool community event. One of our most recent challenges was the Neon Challenge, where we asked Unity creators to get assets from the Unity Asset Store and create a really cool post-apocalyptic scene. Another cool challenge we've had is the NBC Universal Game Dev Challenge that we hosted in collaboration with Microsoft and Intel. This challenge was really cool because we gave the Unity community the opportunity to create games and pitch them to NBC Universal for IPs like Jaws, Battlestar Galactica, Turok, and more. And I'll let the video tell a little bit more about the challenge.
You have exactly 1 month to submit your winning game idea, to track down some teammates and get started.
Marty, you have the camera.
Doc, what's going on?
To me, this is the most exciting project. Back to the Future is one of my favorite franchises of all time.
And my name's Rob Silva, and I'm the president of Last Call Game Studio. But we're more than just a game studio.
We're a game revolution. Creating games is more than just a hobby to us. It is both a career and a passion.
Battlestar Galactica Deception.
Yeah, I see you.
And we're making Jaws the video game.
At least we hope to.
This challenge was really exciting because we got to see like an amazing spectrum of creativity from Unity creators, and also a surprising amount of Jaws dating simulator games. So you can also leverage your strengths on Unityconnect by using your skills to earn income and support others. So you guys heard me talk about tasks a little bit earlier. What's really cool about tasks is that you can use your skills to help others and earn income in the process. Here's an example of some tasks that our creators have been posting recently on Unityconnect. We have people seeking tutors to support them, people asking for specific VFX inspired by some games. Whatever people need, they post on Connect, and this is your opportunity to help them build your portfolio, gain experience, and make money doing what you love. And one thing that I always hear from companies and recruiters when they find out about Unityconnect is they think tasks are really cool. They say, hey, this is really awesome. Instead of posting a task, can I post a job on Unityconnect? Can we be part of this really awesome talent pool of creators? And the answer is absolutely yes. Unityconnect is available for everyone to post jobs, whether it be full-time or part-time. And you can use industry-specific filters to help zero in on the perfect qualified candidates. And of course, this can all be done through the Unityconnect system. Let me show you a bit how this works. we have Mark. Mark is an artist and creative visionary, but he's not really that great at writing code. He's working on his own game, and he gets stuck. And so he decides to post a task to help get some scripting help for his game. Now, here we have Anthony. Anthony's an amazing coder, and he's looking for some work on the side to help, while he's a student. And Mark and Anthony connect on Unityconnect. Anthony makes some extra money doing what he loves, gaining valuable experience, and Mark is one step closer to shipping his game. Now, here we have Hannah. Hannah's a recruiter at Blizzard, and she's looking to fill a C# programmer position at her company. So she posts the position on Unityconnect's Blizzard's page, and she goes looking for profiles that might interest her, and she finds Anthony's profile. So she likes what she sees, she's really impressed, so she invites him to apply directly through Unityconnect. Hannah and Anthony connect. Anthony gets an interview and ultimately a job offer, and Hannah just checked another job off her list. Awesome. Now, remember Mark? Mark would love to work for Blizzard. It's one of his favorite companies. And today, he sees that an opening has been posted for a part-time character concept artist, so he applies directly through Connect. Hannah gets immediately notified, and she checks out Mark's profile, and she loves it. Hannah and Mark connect. Mark gets hired working part-time doing what he loves, and Hannah fills yet another job. Everybody wins, and you can now see how everybody can become connected through Unityconnect. Now, in the past 2 years since Connect has become available to our community, we've seen such a stunning response and growth from you all. It's incredible to see that over 230,000 creators have created profiles on Unityconnect. And together, they've all contributed to over 38,000 project pages. And this is for industries beyond gaming, automotive, science, and more. It's really exciting to see how many incredible projects the community is working on. Over 4,000 companies have created company pages on Unityconnect that they're using to source talent. In fact, some people who are currently sourcing talent on Connect include Ubisoft, Wooga, Bossa Studios, Magic Leap, and more. And together, between tasks and job posts, over 7,000 opportunities have been posted on Unityconnect. And this is exciting for a lot of reasons, but one of the main things I love is actually this map. This map is really cool because it shows how people are actually responding to job and task posts with each other. And you can see there's so much international overlap. You can see that somebody in New Zealand is helping somebody in California with their game, and somebody in Europe is helping a studio over in South America. I think that this is incredible to see how the global Unity community can become connected, help each other grow, overcome those roadblocks, and find success. Now, here's an example of a really awesome success story we've heard on Unityconnect. We have Jacob here. So Jacob is a developer in Alabama in the United States, and he makes apps for a living. Whoa, that was my voice. Odd, okay. So he makes apps for a living, and sorry, the audio threw me off for a second, but I'm okay now. So he makes apps, and basically he decided to join the game industry, but there's not too many game dev opportunities available in Alabama. So he decides to see what remote work is available and what he can do to help game industry creators. He's always wanted to enter the game industry. Now we have Giant Army. So Giant Army created a really incredible game called Universe Sandbox, and they're working on the sequel, Universe Sandbox 2. And they are looking for someone to help them turn their desktop game into an incredible VR experience. As you all know, that doesn't just take one click, so they wanted to hire a really qualified VR expert to help them with their project. So they go on Unityconnect, they make a posting for somebody who could help them as a VR developer. And Jacob, a lot of his game development work that he's been doing for fun has been VR related. So he sees the post, he makes sure his profile is updated, he applies, and Giant Army takes a look, they love what they see. They go, they talk to other people, they find other sites, but they come back to Jacob and they ended up hiring him. Now, this is a company mostly based in Europe with some folks in the US, and so the remote plan kind of worked out for everybody. So Jacob is now a part of Giant Army, and he's helping them bring their next game to virtual reality. Now, we're really excited to hear the wonderful positive feedback that's been coming from the community. And really, what's been beyond impressive to hear is that over 35% of job and task posts that get posted on UnityConnect, people are hired for those posts within 1 month, which is much higher than the industry average. Now, I encourage you all to join today. It's incredibly easy and free. Just sign in with your Unity ID on connect.unity.com. I'm excited to see you there. Thank you so much. I'll introduce Corin. Hey, here you go. Thanks.
So Ashley's told us about Unityconnect being a fantastic tool when it comes to looking for the people that you want to hire. So now I'm going to look at best practices for recruiting, how to hire, and how to get hired. When you're posting your job spec on Unityconnect, as Ashley said, think about defining your must-haves from your nice-to-haves. Must-haves are skills which are essential for the job. They're things that the person needs to be able to do on the first day to be able to do the job, things like programming languages. Nice-to-haves are skills that can be developed or learned over time. If you actually refine down your must-have skills, you're opening the pool of candidates that you can consider, and you put yourself in a much better position to be able to find the right person for the job. So really try and hone in on what your must-have skills are and define them clearly from your nice-to-have skills. Next is to build a recruitment process. This is essential because it enables you to avoid any biases and enables you to have some consistency. At Unity, a typical recruitment process will start with a recruiter phone screen. This is a chance for us to speak to the candidate, to find out basic information like what location they want to be based in, what salary they're looking for. It's also a chance for us to summarize the position back to them to make sure it's aligned with their expectations. If that goes well, we then send out a technical test. And the technical test enables us to verify if what they've said their skills are is actually true. And finally, if that goes well, we invite them on site. And this is a chance for us to meet them, for them to meet the team, and it's a chance for us to understand the logic and reasoning behind the technical assignment that they've given in. Next is to be proactive. So recruitment doesn't actually have to be an expensive process. At Unity, the majority of our hires actually come through referrals. So you can be proactive and low cost in your recruitment process. Tapping into your social network, into the social network of your employees. There are low-cost job sites. If you're hiring for interns or students, there are lots of free jobs boards that you can post on, and of course with Unityconnect. So you can keep it a very low-cost and proactive process. And finally, think about your company culture. At Unity, we're starting to call cultural fit cultural add, because finding someone who adds to your culture is as, if not more important than finding someone who fits. So really identify what your company's values and goals are. At Unity, we really value creativity, and we value people who are experimental with their creativity. So these are traits that we look for when we're making a hire. Next, make it a discussion, not a really formal interview. So we don't want to trip people up if we're interviewing them. You want it to have an open and honest dialogue. We've all learned how to answer what your greatest weakness is and turning a strength into a weakness. And so avoid hypothetical competency questions like, what would you do in a situation where X happens? Because you're not actually finding out the answer that you want to find out. So don't try and tick boxes. Ask the questions that you really want to answer, that you really want answers to, and you'll have the best, most open dialogue in that way. Even if you leave the office and talk in a different environment, like grabbing a coffee or going out for dinner, it's a great way to open up with a candidate more and get an open dialogue going. And finally, build a relationship and sell your studio. As much as you are interviewing them, they are also interviewing you. And they're probably interviewing at other studios for other positions too. So tell them about cool projects they'll be working on, introduce them to the team, make them excited to want to join. And even if they're not right, it's really important that they leave with a really good impression so that they can spread the reputation, and they might be right further down the line and you can pick up that relationship again. So, when you've made a hire, the next stage is onboarding. At Unity, we call this new employee orientation. And we spend some time before they actually start going through some processes, systems, introducing them to the organization, so they feel really confident when they're actually starting and like they have less to pick up along the way. Create a development plan and goals and share this with them. This is really important. It gives them an objective to their work. It gives them a meaning to what they're doing and something to work towards. And also it's a chance for you to find out what they want to get out of the job as well. So you can kind of align on both areas and create a plan that works for both parties. And finally, engagement. keep them engaged, keep them working on projects that they're excited to work on. Not only will this help you to avoid attrition and having to restart a recruitment process again, it will make them work in a much more proactive and positive mindset, and that's kind of what you want your employees to have. So this is a few tips for job seekers to help you proactively land your kind of dream job. Firstly, create your Connect profile, and this goes along with your whole online presence. So LinkedIn, GitHub, Facebook, whatever your online platforms are, make sure those are up to date. Things like keywords. If you're a C# developer, make sure you've got C# in your skills so us recruiters can come and find you. And even in your headline on LinkedIn, if you're interested in a career in game development, you can say, Corin Ryda, looking for a career in game development. So again, we can find you much more easily. Connect with recruiters, connect with people in your social network on LinkedIn, people who are in similar jobs, in similar industries, and you never know what might pop up. One of my first jobs I actually found through a friend of a friend who had liked something that an old colleague had liked on LinkedIn. And I actually applied for that job and I got it, and that's how I found out about it. So the more you connect, the more visibility you'll have on what's going on in the industry that you're going into. And go to meetups, hackathons, tech events, conferences, things like Unite. There are so many ways that you can, again, network and meet people that might be able to help you leverage your first job in the industry. And also do your research and be prepared. Read about information that's going on, stay up to date in the news. The more confident you are in the research that you have, the more confident you'll be tapping into that industry when you go into it. And finally, onto students. Again, be prepared. Make sure your CV and your cover letters are tailored to the job that you're applying for. Things like extra interests and hobbies you've done that are relevant, make sure you include those. And if you don't do any, then maybe you should think about starting to do some. Because one question I always ask interns, particularly, is what do you do in your spare time which demonstrates your interest in X? And if they have an answer, it really makes the stronger candidates stand out from the crowd. Always keep developing your skills. Never feel like you're complacent or that you've peaked in your skill set. Embrace the fact that tech is evolving, and as it does, so should your skill set. So keep developing them to stay one step ahead. And before you're going into an interview, this is a really good tip that I learned recently, is to think about 3 projects that you've done that you could potentially pick up on and tap into. Give real-world examples. Again, we don't want hypothetical answers. You want to clearly explain what your experiences is and show the person that you can actually do the job. So that was a really high-level explanation around some recruiting and hiring practices. If you do have any questions, then myself and Ashley will both be at the recruiting booth, which is just outside. And this is the link to find out more about the Evangelist team and to connect with them. So thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you outside.